Hello YouTube, this is my 99 Jeep Cherokee and today I'm going to do the rust work on my inner frame. So I'm going to knock off the inner rust inside my frame. So let me show you. As you can see, there are rust all over these holes, everywhere. If I leave this is going to rot. As you can see, I placed my jack stand over here. um, there was a hole like this for the drain or for some other purpose. There was a hole like this. I didn't know that, and I placed my jack stand over the hole and it went inside. Why? You can see here it's already rotten badly. Yeah, I see it's solid over these places, but for some reason I see a hole over here. I think it's supposed to be a hole which ended up to rot from there, and there is a hole here, and which happened because I placed my jack stand over here. You can see on the other side. Let me show you. This is how it looks on the rotten side, and this is how it looks on the good side. See that? There should be two holes which ended up like this. So that side is good, that side inner frame is good, and that side is not so good. There is a lot of rust particles like this coming out. So I'm going to clean this first, and going to spray Rust-Oleum rust reformer for now, and then I'm going to find out a place where they can weld me a thick metal from here to here, and I will drill out the holes here and here for the drain purpose. Okay, let's go ahead and do. Okay, I'm using my scope camera to see the rust inside. As you can see, this is like the scale or the scalp of the rust itself, and this is how it looks at the side of the frame. And you can see a little bit the factory coating is there on the top. Okay, I'm trying to adjust my camera here, and you can see how much the rust scales are at the bottom. So this is the place where my jack stand went inside my frame. This is how it looks from inside, and on the top there are little rust, and this is my center of the frame on the driver side. Here you can see it has the surface rust. You can see the Christmas tree fastener over on the side, and let me go closer and show you how much rust scales it has at the bottom. It's not just the surface rust. You can see at the bottom there are a lot of rust scalps or rust scales over here. This is the main issue. So if you leave it like this, it is going to rot. And so to remove this, you cannot remove it as it is, because it is a big piece of chunk. Here it's exactly near my transfer case, and you can see on the top still it has some factory coating, but the sides and the bottom are rusted a lot. And as you can see, there is the stud for my transfer case. So this is exactly where my transfer case is sitting. The sides are like rusted. It has some surface rust, but the bottom has some lot of rust scales, which I need to first powder it, then blow it out. So that is what I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's go to the front part, near the engine, and see how it looks. That means I'm going to insert my scope below the passenger seat. Okay, this is the place below the passenger. Sorry, this is on the driver side. Um, this is the driver side seat. The frame below the driver side seat. You can see my finger. That's the hole which is directly under the driver side seat on the frame itself. So this is the side rust, and when as long as you go on the top side, the frame looks good, but on the bottom the frame is rusted.
Okay, I did build two of these. So one with around 2.5 to 3 feet length, and one already connected with the driller, as you can see. Let me take this out. This is a smaller one, around 2 feet. Just had one link of the chain and pressed it over there, as you can see. So this is how it looks. So once it spins, you see that? Okay, so I'm going to use my homemade um, frame rust knocker. So let's go inside these holes. Okay, now let's see. See that? Nice. For like 30 seconds. See there how much rust I got out. So now we did the back side. So I did from here to here, which is like 2 feet. So if you go here, there is another hole which you can do the top 2 feet and till here. So which I will cover this complete part, and 2 feet above and 2 feet towards the engine and 2 feet towards the gas tank. Right, so to reach even further, I have the 3 feet one. Same as the other side, a lot of rust is coming out. Okay. So I'm going to do a lot to for show you in the video. I'm just showing like few minutes, but I'm going to do it for a very long time to knock off all the rust. So I'm going to do this section towards the engine. Oh, whoa, whoa. Wanted to show you how it goes. Okay. So it spins and knock off the rust. It's not going to remove 100%, but it's going to make your rust into powders, and it's going to push it outside. Then you can use an air compressor and blow rest of the powder rust out. Okay, it did do a great job. It is knocking out a lot of rust, as you can see, but the problem is it gets tangled like this. So you have to be completely inside the frame till here. If you push it till here, it doesn't get tangled, but when you're pulling it outside, it tangles like this. So that attempts to break small pieces like this. Then again I have to go ahead and do this again. So I'm going to see whether I have any wire left out, like a thick wire, so I can use this same kind of idea on the wire, and let's go ahead and do that and come back and knock out rest of the rust. Okay, here is the setup after I got this cable from Home Depot. It's around 3 feet because I have this handle which I can hold so it doesn't spin in the middle when I am pulling it outside, so it doesn't get tangled. And there is this chain, also got from Home Depot for 70 cents a foot. So that's the setup.
Okay, so after I use the rust knocker, this is how it looks inside. You can see the powder rust all over the frame. You can see that it's like small mountains of powder rust. This is what I planned for and it came out very well. So the next challenge is to use the air compressor and blow this all out. So this is on the rear side. This is on the driver rear side. This is the place where it was rotten so badly, and see that the powder rust over there. Let me show you in the close-up how it looks. It's all small pieces or mostly into powder, which would be easy to blow this out with air compressor.
I have 100 psi here, but still it is not enough to blow this. Um, so I'm going to try as much I can do with this, because this is what I got. So if you are doing, I would prefer you have the 27 gallon with a higher pressure.
So after I used my air compressor, this is how it looks on the driver side. I'm not concentrating on the passenger side because it's far better than this side. So I was able to remove most of the powder rust, but there were few around the small holes which I was able to remove with my little finger. Um, so this is how it looks, and it is ready for Rust-Oleum rust reformer. Let me go ahead and show you how you can spray inside the frame.
Okay, so this is the spray tube which I can use on my Rust-Oleum rust reformer. So I just made a box uh, to the approximately to the frame size. So I'm just going to spray in that box to see how it will cover, just for a sample. Now let me do it in a slow push pattern. Okay, see on the top till which I inserted. This is how it covered. So you do slowly, don't push it fast. So if you do it slowly, it has a nice coverage. So let's go and do it on my Jeep now. So this is the pattern which worked. Let's go for the back side. We'll be doing 3 coats, so Do not expect to cover with one coat. Slowly pull outside, because that's the pattern we saw it covered most. Okay, um, the two cans I was able to do only two coats of inner frame. So one can completely this side and the other can completely that side. So we need to remove the mask. As you can see, I masked all the way just not to litter the ground, so I did that. So I'll remove the mask and see how it looks. Okay, with the last two cans it didn't completely coat the inner frame, so what did I do is I used this bottom holes. If you can see, there are like a lot of bottom holes here. One, you nearly get like every 1 feet you have some holes, so I used that. So I didn't cross more than a feet, so I just inserted the tube for half feet, then slowly sprayed from here to here, then I inserted in this hole, slowly did from this hole to this hole. So I just did like 1 feet, 1 feet, 1 feet, 1 feet. So hope it did cover nicely inside. So let me take my scope camera and try to see how it did cover this time. So this is after 3 coats with the 4 cans for both the frames on the right side and the left side. The first 2 cans didn't cover it properly because I was using a little faster. The last two cans I used from the bottom holes, slow and steady, and it covered very well, and it looks really good now.